Steve Butala here for LATV and Land Academy, real-world advice, answers, and anecdotes to keep you on track in your real estate ambition. Today's episode is... I forgot. No, really, today's episode is near and dear to my heart. It's, Steve, what county should I start in? Let's cut to the chase. What county should I start in to make the most money? This is one of those insider questions that I don't get too often. People probably want to ask it, they don't ask it. So here's my answer. And I don't want to I'm trying not to sound like a politician. The answer is, the best county to start in is the one that works for you. So I'm going to use myself as an example. Said another way, take a look on LandWatch and some of the other places on the internet that we discuss in our free ebook and in our education package and see where there's some super cheap property. But in my experience, I've seen cheap property in just about every corner of this country. The more rural you are, the more inexpensive and successful you will be. Here's some examples. Property in Michigan, way cheaper in the Upper Peninsula. Property in California, way cheaper in the southeastern part of the state where it's kind of deserty and rural. Colorado, southeastern part of the state because it's more flat and tends to not be as treed as the northern part. Florida, one of my favorite states not to do business in, cheap property everywhere. My dad lives in Florida and he's got a saying, it goes like this: all the nuts roll downhill. And that pretty much concludes us ever having a customer in Florida. I'm just kidding about Florida. In the center of the state, there's a place called Lehigh Acres. Check it out. Jill and I purchased tons of property there and sold them. It was one of the biggest disasters during the 2009 mortgage downturn in the whole entire state. It's called Lehigh Acres, L-E-H-I-G-H, acres. Not real high acreage property, but tons of little infill lots, and there's a lot of people building second homes there. Getting back to the point, there's opportunity everywhere. You're going to be a little bit different. I like high acreage property that's real cheap. I think we have a lot of students that do really well with heavily treed cabin sites in the northern parts of their state. Hey, thanks for joining us. Join us in another episode where Jill talks about answering your phone. So your phone's ringing off the hook, you did everything right, sent the mailer out, how to answer the phone and buy those properties. Steve Butala here for LATV and Land Academy, real world advice, attitude, and assholes. And join us for another episode where Jill talks about why she really doesn't want to film this anymore today.